Hey lollies, it's One of Us Collective, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 YouTube books, YouTube growth books every creator needs in 2025. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is the Create Something Awesome by Roberta Blake. I've read all of these books, and I'm excited to tell you the pros and cons. And then the second one is YouTube Secrets by Chanel and Benji Travis. And then this third one is the YouTube Formula by Daryl Aves. And the fourth one is the Ultimate Creator YouTube Masterclass. Yes, this is mine, but as I've compared it to the other ones on the market, I do think that I have the most updated and well-formatted book on the market, with the most included in it. Then we've got the Ultimate Guide to Becoming a Multi-Passionate YouTube Creator Masterclass. So this is the soft cover of my book, and this is the hard cover of my book. They're different layouts, and they do have a different title, so that's why I wanted to share them both with you. And I wanted to also share the differences. One, obviously, you can see that one is bigger than the other. There is a workbook in both of them, but if you need bigger, bolder letters and you don't have the best eyesight, the bigger one will be better, and the hardcover format will be easy for you to take care of and keep it for a really long time. So that's really important to me. So yeah, let's go through all of these. I actually have written a blog post on this topic. I'm really excited to show you guys the reasons why you'll benefit from all of these books and why I've chosen to make this video today. So the first book we're going to review is the Ultimate Guide to Becoming a Multi-Passionate Creator, and the guide to everything you need. And so what you'll get inside of the book, so this one here, which you'll get inside, is you'll get the Ultimate Creator Notion template, which I normally charge $75 for, to organize your content, track video performance, and streamline your workflow for YouTube creation, planning out your video ideas, and templates and guides. The second thing you'll get is the Be Your Own Resource guide. If you guys have watched my Be Your Own Resource channel playlist, you'll see that there's a lot of valuable content in there. So it has the best equipment, software, copyright-free music, and I personally use and feature on my channel. The next thing it comes with is an exclusive income breakdown. You can see how much I've made exactly from YouTube AdSense every year with real numbers. The next thing is you'll see thousands of YouTube video ideas covering hundreds of niches, so you'll never run out of content. The next thing is proven templates from high converting thumbnails to video descriptions. Take the guesswork out of YouTube growth. And then the sixth thing you'll get is a step-by-step mini workbook. It's 25 question workbook designed to help you take action and map out your channel strategy, as well as apply everything that you learn from this beauty. I do want to show you, so I'll show you. So you can see this little, you can see it. There's plenty of pages here for you. Yeah, so it's just called the YouTube Growth Workbook, and you guys can see that I have a description template. I have the Dream Studio setup, beginner to basic. This book is for beginners, intermediate creators, and advanced creators. I've made sure that it's for all three, so that it takes the guesswork out of being able to pick a book out of all of these if you can only afford one. And then the hardcover exclusive features. So if you guys purchase the hardcover instead of the soft cover, you guys will get this is the most advanced version yet, packed with detailed visuals and a structured roadmap. It's also in color. So there is my authentic logo. So you can see it's in color there. And that's really important so you guys know that it's from me. And so when I told you that you guys can find, this is thousands of creative series prompts for every niche. So there's a huge page there. And then the travel perks no one talks about, my exact social sharing strategy, turn your channel into a real business, they don't tell you about milestones, my rebrand, recap of how these creators changed my life, celebrate milestones, and then the dream setup is in here too. And then you guys can see, you'll be able to actually take that and this YouTube growth workbook. You can see it's several pages there, and yeah, it's really something I'm really proud of. I wanted to also announce that there will be a updated version of this. This is the 2025 version. I had published it on March 15th. I've been promoting it a lot more as of late, both of the books, but it is the newest book out there on the ultimate guide to YouTube creation. These other books were made in 2021, 2022, and although they're wonderful, some of the things are no longer relevant, and the formatting isn't as, I would say the formatting lacks in most of these other ones. So I am a 32-year-old girl who's been creating content, woman, who's been creating content for the last, since about 2015, I've been doing it full time. And before that, I was doing it for like 5 years without it being full time, so part time. Not really taking it seriously. So the reason I mention that is because Roberto Blake and Sean and Benji are creators that are both in their 40s, and they have a little bit older of a perspective because they lived longer without computers. So they have they've been around a long time like I have, but they have a different perspective than I do because, growing up as a female who's had computers since I was 8 years old is different than growing up and graduating almost without having computers. So there is a little bit difference of perspectives. They're still really knowledgeable. But I guess what I'm saying is that their reach is for an older perspective, like for people who are in their late 30s and on, versus me. I have the younger perspective. I have a format that's easier to read for younger viewers. Like if you're 18 years old, you're not going to get bored of the way that I formatted my content. But for instance, when I talk about the YouTube formula, it's so technical. The format is all the same. It's can be a very hard read because of the it just feels like all the pages are the same format and they don't have any, like for instance in Create Something Awesome, so we'll give credit to Roberto Blake. He has summaries, or was that the other one? Practical steps for this strategy. There was another thing. Key advantages to different social media platforms. So there's multiple different ways to incorporate like brand deal and sponsorship factors. So just like it's not just like you're reading just words on a page. There's things that are pointed out on the page that make it easier for you to be like to go through and to figure out if this book is going to be useful for you. Same with when, and Daryl Ives is actually in his 50s. So he's got an even more older perspective. And it's not really about age, it's just about the fact that the longer you grew up with computers in your life, and like if you were someone who was using computers really strategically, the more knowledgeable and the more tech savvy and the more that you learn along the way. So when it comes to Sean Cannell and Benji Travis, they're super knowledgeable. And like what I mean, for instance, with they've got power tips and important notes. They've got quotes. They've got bottom lines. They have just wanted to see. There was a few chapter summaries. One thing with two of these, yeah, this one has 10 questions. Just different things involved here. So the next book I want to review is the YouTube Formula by Daryl Ives. So what I was telling you guys about this one is that it's really too technical and simple formatting. It is mostly about gathering data and using it. It does explain algorithm types, which is very useful. Older perspective, like I said. So whether you like it or not, the younger you are, the more you're going to be able to speak the lingo of, like, for instance, I'm millennial. So when I speak to millennials, I speak differently than when I speak to baby boomers or when I speak to Gen Z. There are words that we use that boomers don't. There are words that Gen Z use that I don't. So I can speak to millennials, and whereas Daryl Ives might be able to speak better to boomers. So that's, I guess, what I'm saying. And his format may work better for someone who's used to reading blander, technical, simple textbook. It felt like I was reading a university textbook. One thing I will say is that I really did like the structure of this book. It's a hardcover. It's basically got this, you just take off this, it's a red book and it just has a sleeve. But I did really like the cover of this book. I thought it's like the red and the black and the white. It does have some context with Ginny Donaldson, which is Mr. Beast. So there are some things that are talked about in here that are from him. And it does have the back, it has like a glossary index. It does show a lot of analytic reviews. The paper type, I'm not a huge fan of. It's that yellowy kind of paper. He does also go through and show, the different thumbnails. Like he goes through really in-depth rules and things you can do with, like I said, he shows actual channel analytics and talks about ads and micro moments and what does my brand stand for and data driven formulas. So this reads like a textbook and it's very, very thick. I don't even think mine, no, you can see mine isn't as thick. Is a little bigger, but like taller, but not as thick. I honestly think this is super valuable for advanced creators. This book will sway away people who have never heard anything about YouTube. Like if you're just starting out, this will feel overwhelming. So that's what I'm going to say about that book. It's very well done, but like I said, it was more made for somebody who has advanced knowledge about YouTube and who is used to just a plain book formatting. So that is what I will give it credit for, is the fact that it does provide good thumbnail templates and advice with actual photos of analytics and all of that. So that's the second one. And then at the very end, I'll rank them. I'll rank them without my books included, because honestly, I believe that my book is the best, but that's because of the things I'm giving in there. It's basically you're getting it for free because the Notion template itself is the value of the book. So, basically, the next book I'm going to be talking about is, I've already talked about my Ultimate Creator YouTube Masterclass. So I showed you guys the soft cover. So I'll show you guys this cover and the back cover. I want to show you what I mean when I say formatting. Okay. So this is the title page. So the table of contents. So I'm not going to show you the whole table of contents, but I will show you some of it. So as you guys can see, it's a multi-page. Each part of my book has a page of, it has a page. Each part has a page. So you guys can see. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 parts to my book, and they each have their own title. So I'm going to read the titles to you. So the first part is Own Your Power, the Creator Mindset. And in this part, there are 7 different things involved in that part. Now, the part 2 is Create Like a Machine, Feel Like a Muse. And that one has 12 different things inside of it. Monetize Like a Mogul has 10 different things underneath it. Part 4, Tech, Tools, and Total Domination, has 8 things underneath it. Part 5, My Journey, Your Fuel, has 8 things underneath it. And part 6, Bonuses That Hit Different, has 5 different things inside of it. So, yeah. And then each different chapter, one thing I did is I made each chapter have its own page with a beautiful like text. And then, yeah, so I specified everything individually. I made sure that every single, so there's apart. So like part 1 to 6, and then each page, when the section is over, the page behind it will end. So it won't have anything on the back. So each page doesn't have anything on the back, which is so nice, because if you ever needed to rip out a page of this, it wouldn't wreck the next page. And it just makes it really well. My pages are also super premium, high quality, because I picked color premium when I chose. And then, like I said, I have thousands of creative prompts for every niche. That was one I showed you. And we're talking about deep dives into income, sponsorship email templates, finding the right brands, media kit. So like I show what you should be showing inside your media kit. So that's the review of my specific book. And the next one I'm going to be reviewing is book number 4, which is the YouTube Secrets. So this one here. And I'm just going to show you, this book also has that yellowy, just basic paper, which I just don't like it. I know that it's done to make the book cheaper, but this is the basic table of contents. And I know, who cares if the table of contents is boring, but it's one page. It just seems very simplistic, and I just feel like it's lacking excitement with the format, is what I'm saying. So the next thing I'm going to say is that what you'll get inside this book is the 7 C's, the debunking YouTube myths, a winning YouTube strategy. He talks about the 3 P's. There's great quotes inside of it. This is an updated 2nd edition. And so the 1st edition was made, let's see when the 1st edition was made. It was made in 2018, and it was updated in 2022. And some of the things in here are no longer valid. We don't have stories on YouTube anymore. So this book is good, but there are things that are now in my book that are not in his book because it's an older book. All of these, like I said, the 3 books that aren't mine are made in between 2018 and 2022. So there are things that are going to be missing, which is why I think you should get all of them and take each, take the knowledge you can from each book. Now, when I say this has a little bit of formatting, I mean that you can see on this page that, like I was saying, there's like struggling with coming up with ideas. It's got things that are highlighted. It's got quotes on the beginning of each chapter. There was a cute little picture, actually. They've got, like I said, the myths are highlighted. These are the 3 P's: profit, passion, and proficiency. So he's got these like little diagrams, so that it makes it less, all just words on a page, right? And then he's got our shoot date checklist that's highlighted. Talks about different creators. This one I find it's a mix between personal and like technical. So it's a lot less textbook feel, but it's very basic format. Like I was saying, less technical, more simpler format, but a very good book. And I really do like the cover. this is genius to have the money coming out of the YouTube Play button. And these two are super professional. And it's a beautiful book. But like I said, I wish it had a little bit more love when it comes to the formatting. And the last book, not least, is actually my favorite format other than my own. And that is the Create Something Awesome. I think this cover is absolutely genius. It's these little money signs. I do feel like it lacks in the ranking perspective. It's hard to find on Amazon. Obviously, you can just look up Roberta Blake and look Create Something Awesome, but there's no YouTube written on it or anything that, like, if you looked at this, that you'd be able to tell right away that it's specifically talking about YouTube. So that is where it lacks. That's something that I would work on. Obviously in the back, he does talk about YouTube, but it's not ranking super high on the Amazon algorithm is what I wanted to say to him. And I think it really should be because honestly, I think I would have been really disappointed with these other two books if I hadn't seen this one. Another thing about this creator is there is a where is it? Is it at the back? Is it at the back? I don't think it's that one. I think it's this one. Yeah. Two of these books have a companion course that goes with the book. But I wanted to include the whole masterclass that I created within the book instead of outside the book. So this one does come with a companion course. I forget which one of the two. I can't seem to find. Actually, you know what? I'll just quickly just skim the book. I think it comes with, it says right there. Yeah, it's this book. So Daryl Ives and Create Something Awesome both have companion courses. And they're written at about the same time. His book was published in 2021, Dear Lives, and Roberta Blake's book was published in, I think it was 2022. So that is something that I noticed that was kind of copied. I thought that was a little bit, is kind of something that should be strayed away from. You do not want to copy other people. It's a no-no. So that is the one thing, that this book did come out a year later, and it came out with the same kind of companion course idea. It has, although other than that, it has a fresh format, and it talks a lot about personal experience over technicality. It talks about the creator economy and the inner workings. It talks about actionable advice, and it has chapter summaries. It talks about factors on why you're not getting sponsorships, and it talks about the personality elements that attract your audience. And then on the back here, it says, get started, choose your niche, monetize your content, build your audience, and become a full-time creator. And then he shows himself with the play button, which I think is great. And then throughout the book too, something that I really enjoyed is he had this more resources for creators at the back. And he also he has this like appendix where he answers frequently asked questions, which is something I will have in my next book. But questions that I'm particularly asked. He reveals his exact strategy that he's been using. Yeah, talks about things that can interrupt your consistency and how he tripled his subscribers. Talks about comparisons between platforms. Talks about key advantages to different platforms, which is really awesome. And yeah, so one thing is that there is not a lot of women in this space. There is not a lot of women who have made a book about YouTube. And there are more books on YouTube than the 3 that I have read, but I did not want to offer my opinion on a book that I personally haven't read. So I will read more books and I will get back to you. But these 3 are the specific ones that are the most talked about. And I wanted to give my fair review on each of them so that you guys can decide which one you want to purchase. Each book ranges between $20 to all the way up to $75. So yes, my book is more expensive. However, it is totally worth it because you, like I was telling you, I want to repeat this. You get the Ultimate Creator Notion template. You get my full YouTube series in the book. You get a masterclass that I normally charge thousands for. You get an exclusive income breakdown of AdSense. I don't share, I will say that I don't share how much I've made from sponsorships or how much I've made from other sources, but I do tell you how much I've made from AdSense specifically. I tell you thousands of YouTube video ideas, and I don't just mean ideas, I mean videos that you can make series of videos on. So like I have a 10-year YouTube video series. So like from January to December, I have 10 different ideas that you could do for each month. So that's 10 years worth of video content series ideas. I have proven templates from video descriptions that take the guesswork. I have a step-by-step mini workbook, and I have a hardcover, which I think is really amazing. And I have 10 years of experience, and I have grown my channel to 250,000 subscribers. I've made over 3,000 YouTube videos in my life. And although I did delete most of them, it's because I wanted to teach rather than be the person who just creates lifestyle content. Recently, I've decided that I might go back to starting to do lifestyle content on a different channel or on a different platform like Patreon. However, I think that educating people on the things I've learned is a higher purpose, and I really am on a mission to help people become YouTube creators and to become creators on TikTok, Twitch. I want to help all creators be able to make a living beyond the 9 to 5 and chase their dreams of working with some of the most amazing brands. And no matter what niche you're in, my book has so much valuable content in it that you will read it over and over again and you'll never get sick of it. I will be making a 3rd edition. Like I said, this one was my 1st edition. And originally I had reformatted it, and this is the 2nd format. And then this is the 2nd edition. And I will be coming out with a 3rd edition in 2026. And it is going to be a hardcover. It's going to be a bit smaller. So Not as big as this, but not as big as that one either. So it's going to be in between. And it's going to have all the knowledge in both of these books and then some. Because I want to make every book that I've ever made better. And I want you guys to continue to learn from me. So if you're interested in learning more, you can go to hungwanabosscollective.com. I have a YouTube membership that I'm going to be opening very soon, between now and December. It's only going to be open twice a year, so you'll have to subscribe by email to be able to be notified when it does open up. And I'm very excited to have you all join and to see all the things I'm going to be offering inside the membership. You can also sign up to be notified of when new products launch, new books launch. Whenever I launch, I'll be telling you guys. And just wanted to say thank you for watching my videos. And I told you I was going to rank them. Told you I was going to leave mine out. I would say this one is amazing. Absolutely incredible. Easy read for younger audiences. This one, like I said, this one is number 2. So, sorry. Number 1, number 2, and Daryl Ives is number 3. So, yeah, that's my ranking. And if I was truthful, I would love for you guys to buy all 4 books. I mean, you could buy 5, but you only need to buy 1. You can either the soft cover or the hardcover of mine. I will have all the links to every single book down below. I want to support these creators. They have worked their butt off to become the YouTube creators that they are. And I would love for them to get my book and to review it honestly. I would absolutely love it. If any of you guys do review my book, please just tag it Hungwana Boss Collective, and I would love to watch it. I do have a community page now. You guys will be able to actually go there and you can comment, post things, talk to me. And I would love for you to buy my book, tell me what you think of it, tell me what your favorite thing was in my book, and we can talk about it. So, hope you guys have an amazing day. Hope these chapters help you so you can flip through the things you want to see. And I really hope that you enjoyed this new layout, because I bought Camtasia, and although I'm not sponsored by them, I would love to be, as I will actually, to get a $100 off discount. And this program is going to allow me to do tutorials in a way more incredible way, with captions and with being able to easily screen record. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.